Hello.
Hello.
I'm in no mood for lowering audio correctly like a professional. It is I, Jacob Moore, the self-proclaimed sports analyst, on the Streakers On podcast, joined by Mr. Lane Dash and Dashko and Mr. More for Your Money. You can woo right out of here, bud. But the Argos season's done.
Yep, 100%.
No more Mr. Positive about this group. But I will say this for the umpteenth time. Nick Arbuckle threw for just under 400 yards.
He did a great job tonight.
I understand people are angry about the one fumble because I'm already seeing on Facebook, if Chad Kelly was playing, we still would have lost. Between Mattel dropping the ball in the end zone, Haggerty trying to be a quarterback,
that was a weird
Lanier going offside on a missed field goal, which didn't even matter towards the end. Herslow taking an unnecessary roughness penalty, which I thought was total BS. That wasn't a penalty.
No, it wasn't.
The PI at the end of the game, once you watched it slow down, it was PI. But the rest of it, Key, you are not hallucinating. The Edmonton Elks have now won 2 in a row. And good on Edmonton. And actually, I'll say this, in Cody Fajardo's worst game as an Elk.
Yeah.
I didn't think Fajardo looked very good, but he was good enough, right?
That's what good quarterbacks do. They find a way to win, and you can tell he's an MVP Grey Cup winning quarterback.
You gotta remember, so's Nick Arbuckle, right?
I understand that, but Nick Arbuckle did everything he possibly could, humanly possible. It's like the whole team around him was falling apart, and he was the one piece that was working. I mean, he literally had the best game of his career. You could not access. He had the one fumble, okay. But you cannot ask for anything more from Nick
Arbuckle finished 30 for 40, 382, a touchdown, no interceptions, long ball of 56.
Call me crazy, but I think you can argue for next year that Nick Arbuckle could make a case for a starting job. I don't know if it'll be in Toronto or with another team, but he, in the last month or 6 weeks or so, he does not look like a starting backup quarterback. He did look like a backup quarterback at the beginning of the year. I get that. But I would say 4 or 5 games, he looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Well, what if you don't get Chad Kelly back, like they said,
Dan Gray, I hate to say this.
Oh, no, it's too early for that.
I agree with you. Toronto's leading rusher tonight was Dante McMahon with 12 yards. They can't run the ball. They can't. I thought the defense, in all honesty, played okay.
Since he changed his name, he's been terrible.
I honestly thought the defense was okay tonight. And especially in that second half. In that second quarter, I really thought the defense looked hungry. They were throwing some massive hits. And I don't know. It's one of those things. You know what? Before I get into too much, big up to Edmonton. Their season is tough, but it is possible.
What are they now? 3-7?
Yeah.
And you know what? Fair enough, Dan. So Dan Gray and I co-hosted a show before when Hamilton was really struggling, and I used to poke.
This is payback now, Jacob.
So payback's a word that I can't say on the island.
That's right.
But
you forgot to put up that comment at the beginning.
Well, whatever. I don't care at this point. I do care. I care about the island. But now let's get into another live edition of Gas or Ass. I'm going to make Dan mad. Toronto Argos should cut their losses on Chad Kelly, use that money to fix the rest of the roster.
I would agree.
Gas or ass?
Ass.
Why, Dan?
Because Chad Kelly is not just a starting quarterback; he's a franchise quarterback.
No, he's not.
You don't get votes every day.
No, he's coming back.
Okay, well, Dan Gray agrees that it's ass. But now he says I agree. So I don't know if Dan, if you on. Okay, so the way gas or ass works, for anyone who isn't sure, it's a new segment we're doing. Gas means good. I've learned from the young people. So if you think it's gas, that means you agree with the take. If you say it's ass, that means you disagree with the take. So I am saying that the Toronto Argos should cut their losses on Kelly, stick with Arbuckle for next season, because I think this season's a wash at this point. and go out and with that extra about $400,000, go out and fill all the gaps.
Like, what do you think it is, Jacob? Like, honestly, like, I don't know. I thought I was hoping you were right when you said they would come into this game a bit hungrier, and I thought, but then again, like I said, I
I
don't
thought
know.
they looked flat to start. And yeah, Dan, I do agree with you. Kelly might be done in the CFL. This is an injury that a lot of players don't come back from. It's tough, right? And okay, now I do want to say this, though, to kind of continue the point. Chad Kelly is a better quarterback than Nick Arbuckle. I am not saying he's not. But in a salary cap world, sometimes there has to be a sacrificial lamb to fill the rest of the holes. Like the Mitch Marner situation in Toronto. Mitch Marner is a very talented player. However, you had holes in your bottom six that desperately needed to be filled.
And you still do. And do what, Jacob? If this was the beginning of the year, I might have agreed with you. Might have been worth cutting Chad Kelly for the year and having a salary cap space. But now you're halfway done the year. You're the worst record in the league. You're not tied anymore. You're the worst in the league at 2-8. Okay, the season is done.
Esky fans are still Eskimo Elks, whatever you call yourselves right now. I'll call the Edmonton Antlers. You are welcomed in the comment section. Don't you worry. But
yeah.
Dan, I totally get what you're saying, but the Argos have the worst running game in the CFL, the worst special teams game CFL, and they allow the most points in the CFL.
Yeah, but you think about it, you say it's because of salary cap, right?
It is.
Let me finish. They had the money beginning of the year and signed Kevin Brown. You would think Kevin Brown would play well. That's no one's fault. You had the money to sign Mark Mahan, and you would think he would improve over the past 2 years. Instead, he downstepped.
I love you, Dan. Hey, come on. Hey, you know what? Maybe this is the year we party like it's 1999, Mr. Gray.
Yeah,
that's what I've been saying. I hate to say it, but I think it might be.
Okay, but Dan, even if you make the point, with the money, the difference in quarterbacks is Amos, Onababoye, Metier.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the issue, right? And it's for the last few years, Toronto has found a way to fill the gaps for a very cheap price. Clearly, we're out of options.
Well,
and mind you, I really hope Chad Kelly is back this season because, truthfully, I want to see at this point, can he play or not?
I don't think he's coming back this season. At this point, what's the point? The year's done.
The point is, Dan, Toronto has to make a decision. Honestly, I think you may see Tucker Horn get a start soon, and even Jared Dagey. You just got to see what you got.
I agree with those.
I think Herschel's going to get involved a lot more in the offense. That touchdown.
That was another mistake. Herschel should have been in the lineup in game one. He was in the lineup at the end of last year and looked very good. He was in the lineup during the playoff push to the Grey Cup last year and looked really good. Why was he not in?
But boys, you know what? I know Jacob's not in the mood to hear this, but I'm telling you, based on past experiences, I am 100% telling you the Argos need to change the head coach. This season of the Argos reminds me of the season when the Leafs were struggling and they went to that series against the Vegas Golden Knights, and Marc-Andre Fleury made that toe save that changed the whole season, and they brought Sean Keith. That's not to say that Mike Babcock wasn't the right coach for that team, but that team needed a shock. They needed something to change the room, to change. There was things going on behind the scenes, and they were blaming assistant coaches, and they were blaming equipment coaches, and they were blaming the fruit.
I remember all that, yeah.
The fruit and veggie tray guy because he didn't bring the veggie tray in at the right time. It's like, no, this team needs a shock. It needs something to go boom. They need to stop with the fighting. They need to stop arguing with each other. I don't know what that is, but I think it's time. I know he's got you a Grey Cup in the past. I know he's done well, but clearly Ryan Dinwiddie doesn't have the room right now.
Honestly, Lane, I think
there
needs to be coaching changes. I just don't think it's the head coach. I think the two defensive coordinators.
You said that all season, though, Jacob.
No, but I have. Have they made the changes that I've said they should make? No, they haven't. So maybe Pinball Clement should give me a call. 1-877-StreakersIsland.org. We're an organization website phone number. And you know, you're looking at Toronto. You have 2 defensive coordinators, which I don't think is a system that works. You have a special teams coordinator that's telling Grant it's no big deal when he fumbled the ball 3 times on one play and just made Toronto start at their own 6.
I love Grant. That was ridiculous.
Mind you, I actually thought this was Jerry,
oh,
that one play. I thought that was Jerry and Grant's best game of the season.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this team just, I think it's more. I think you need to pick one defensive coordinator to lead the defensive structure, and you need to pick one new special teams coordinator. And I would have fired him weeks ago. I don't like Dan, I know you get mad when I say it. I think Pinball's been too nice.
He has.
Let's get back into the comment section we go, and we're learning some geography here. And asking Dan why he puts up with Lloydminster. I'm sure Lloydminster's a lovely city. And it's at the shares of Alberta and Saskatchewan land. Fun fact for the Easterners who don't really know that. I only know that because Dan Gray told me that.
Yeah, I did know that.
Lane,
I've never been there, but I heard of
Lloydminster
it.
shares land of Alberta and Saskatchewan.
I did not know that. So I learned.
We're always learning on the island. And now over to Mr. Gray. He is on the good side. Can we talk neck safety? There is equipment out there to stop some of these serious injuries. And you know what? That's an interesting one to talk about with DeMonte Coxey taking that really tough injury. Maybe we do need to start seeing these neck guards and braces and whatever you want to call them being implemented.
And I'm sorry.
If we can avoid injuries, we got to start avoiding them.
I wasn't at the game live, but I'm just going to call this out. Maybe I said I'm going to anyway. Okay, Ford tackled the guy. I'm not saying he was trying to injure Coxey.
Dan, it was a clean hit. It was
for him to celebrate when he was lying
Dan,
ground
he didn't
like
even
that.
know he was injured. No, your Argo blinders are on.
No, I'm just saying. I agree it's a green hit. I'm not disputing the hit. I'm disputing the celebration after.
Okay, but then Winton McManus celebrated on a hit from Cody Fajardo when Fajardo came off the field holding on to his wrist in pain.
Yeah, but he was fine.
The argument. Dan, it's football. I'm sorry, but football players are going to get hurt.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
And look, you're being called out by Ford giving good sportsmanship here, according to Mr. To Key. I also said to Mr. Chazzy. I saw Chazzy's name on the screen. It threw me off guard. He's not here. I miss him dearly. But
okay, well, see, I wasn't at the game, so maybe he did show good sportsmanship. Just a little clip they showed on TV.
Chazzy, I'm sorry, but Calgary would not be that humble like that. His shots fired to Chazzy.
That's true.
But no, it was more Dan Trial Ford after did go on one knee and brought all the other Elks players.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
I'm happy he did that.
You out there too, being like, no, but I don't know. If
I didn't see that, so.
I don't think you guys saw, and we'll talk a little bit more of this, and then we'll get into some Blue Jays action that happened tonight as well. But I don't know if you guys saw, I saw a little bit of Ryan Dinwiddie's presser after the game.
What did he say?
Honestly, he was calm. I think he knows they're done. I think he has felt like he has tried everything to get to this group. I'm actually going to call this, and Dan's going to be very angry at me with this. John Haggerty might be cut by the end of the weekend. Dan, that literally cost you the game.
This guy gave you two Grey Cups.
I don't care. Let me finish. When Haggerty went to the bench and Dinwiddie's yelling at him, Haggerty basically did one of these and walked away.
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
No, there's a culture problem in Toronto. I know you said it was ass, but I'm right. I have so much gas, you think I ate nothing but burritos today. And the only way to fix things like this is to do a shocking decision. Like, you're definitely not cutting a guy like Winton McManus. Again, Nick Arbuckle, I think, is arguably at least a tier 2 quarterback for the majority of this season. He basically, besides the one fumble, which I think you could put that more on the offensive line than Arbuckle.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
And which face? This face? This face? This face? This face? all the faces up close.
Hey, you finally got me to use the screen.
This one scares me.
But yeah, to me, the way Haggerty was like arguing with him, it's like, dude, you just did one of the dumbest plays I've ever watched.
Because he had time to kick it.
Just admit it. That's where he should have been going to the bench. Like, that's
My
on me.
bad.
That's
Yeah,
on me.
exactly.
That's on me.
Like what
Not
VA does.
arguing. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
Back to the comment section we go. Haggerty's face on the bench made himself a meme tonight. I agree with you. Haggerty, honestly, Haggerty looked mad at Dimwitty. And it's like, bro, you basically arguably cost the team the season because that's what that was a huge dagger. And Toronto's defense did their job. They held it to a field goal to keep it.
They
But
did,
if you
yeah.
get a good kick and you get a 2-and-out, you're still only down. You're only down 5 in potentially better field position with more time on the clock.
Right.
Like, this is, as Milt Stiegel said, and I agree with Mr. Stiegel. Plus, I mean, Dan talks about gorgeous men. Like,
Oh,
Milt
yeah. He's
Stiegel.
good
Not
looking
quite as
dude.
dashing as Lane, but very dashing.
Ooh.
He said it. This is 3 straight weeks the Argos have lost because of special teams. I'm going to argue and say out of the 8 losses, 5 of them are due to special teams.
Yeah.
You have the last 3 games, Saskatchewan, Hamilton. So you look at that and you're just like, and I'm seeing everyone blaming the quarterback.
I feel really
With
bad
no
for Nick
running
Arbuckle.
game, Nick Arbuckle is managing to, and you look tonight at the receivers, Brissett 96 yards, Ungerer 96 yards, Coxie 60, Mattel 50, Ursula 48, Daniels 22. All those guys I rhymed off had at least 3 catches.
I'll just say it here, and I sound like a jerk saying this, but I think it has to be said. I don't think Daniels is coming back next year to the Argos.
I think he might retire. He's had a phenomenal career, but just as a fun fact, Nick Arbuckle's leading the league in passing yards again. Has an efficiency rating of 100.6. And everyone's like, oh, bro, no, they need Chad Kelly. That's why they're allowing the most points in the league. It's back to when, and I know the Jays are playing well now, but it's back to the Jays weren't scoring runs because Matt was injured. You can't keep blaming the wrong player. There's a good chance Bo Levi Mitchell doesn't even catch Nick Arbuckle after tonight. I mean, I think Bo Levi Mitchell will be the leading passer in the league. But what I'm getting at is you look at it. So Nick Arbuckle's got 3,033. Next closest is Bo Levi Mitchell with 2,056. Then your next closest is Nathan Rourke with 2,304. It's not even close from those top 2 to anyone else.
No.
Like you have to look at it here. Like, if you told me going into the year that Nick Arbuckle would have a better efficiency rating than Zach Collaros, Trey Ford, and he'd be your backup, and he's got comparable efficiency ratings to some of the top quarterbacks in the league.
It leads the league in yards.
You probably think
Can you imagine if the Montreal Alouettes had Nick Arbuckle right now? They'd be first in the league.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, seriously. So 71% completion, 17 touchdowns, second in the league in touchdowns, first in the league in yardage currently. He is...
How many interceptions has he had?
He has 10, which is part of the problem. I do agree with you. But he has, out of the main starters, he's 4th in the league for lowest interception percentage per pass.
Now, the one thing
I'm sorry, but like Vernon Adams Jr. is tied with Nick Arbuckle for interception percentage. His efficiency rating is 0.5 higher. 5 points higher, which isn't a lot. And we're talking Vernon Adams as a potential MOP.
Now, the question I have for you, Jacob, I might get kicked out of the roof.
Let me ask you a question.
I might get kicked out of the roof for this one, but why does it feel like Nick Arbuckle? And I can't stress this enough, and I know you've said this before. Like, why does it feel like he has to play perfect football or they're going to lose? Like, I don't like this.
Because they can't run the ball to save their lives. They can't defend any pass past 20 yards very often. And their special teams suck. So the only way to do that is for Nick Arbuckle to basically play perfect.
Like he makes
and Nick Arbuckle was playing near perfect football these last 4 weeks.
Yeah,
everyone's blaming Nick Arbuckle for the season. I feel bad saying this, but I blame Macahan. I really do. I mean, and I'll call it too. You're saying about the salary cap issue. Again, if Williams didn't get injured in Ottawa of his eyes, Williams was just starting to look really good. And I think if you had Williams as a running back instead of McMahon, I think Williams could have possibly been up there with Alfred to win Rookie of the Year if he didn't get injured. And Alfred got injured too. But you have a running game, you probably won another 3 games. Like, I don't know. And the more I thought about it, the more I kind of agree with Lane that maybe there is a. I said ass originally when there was a culture problem in Toronto, but you look at the attitude of Haggerty. I love Haggerty, but I didn't realize about that attitude. I did not see that on the TV for whatever reason. And, maybe it's just the attitude of guys like that. Hey, I've won 2 Grey Cups. Don't tell me what to do. Maybe that's what the attitude is. I'm not saying it is. I don't know what the attitude is, but
well, something's clearly changed.
Something has to change. I feel bad pointing a finger at Dinwiddie because it's like he has won you 2 Grey Cups in 3 years. You don't want to fire someone after that.
Yeah, but it's your job. But again, it's
now,
your
an
job
interesting
to control the
thing
classroom.
Yeah, 100%.
I do want to read some comments on the Toronto Argonauts Facebook page currently. And there's a comment here from a fan. It was a top fan. Good for you.
More of a fan than Jacob?
Oh.
Top fan on the Argos page. And looking forward to Ryan Dinwiddie blaming everyone but him and his coaching staff during the post-game media scrum.
That's what Lane was saying.
Let's face it, I think we have some pretenders coaching in this team on the game as well. Why second half minutes adjustments aren't a thing in 2025 is beyond me. But hey, keep kicking those field goals in the end zone, in the red zone, Ryan, with a big old thumbs up. And
wow.
I'm noticing the comment section is starting to turn on Ryan Dinwiddie. It's also, again, I'm seeing more Nick Arbuckle blame. And I just don't agree. Arbuckle let them down again and again, back up for life. Yeah, okay, he threw almost 400 yards. Yeah, it's his fault.
But Jacob, do you blame these people? Like, honestly,
no, Lane, I'm not blaming blaming your quarterback when he's playing basic perfect football. No, I put this? I do think the Argonaut fan base needs to really look themselves and be like, okay, what's the problem? But I understand the frustration, right?
I meant about Ryan Dinwiddie, by the way.
Ryan, I'll be right. He might lose his job. I do wonder at this point, and I don't know if it will happen. I doubt it will happen. I would love to see it happen. I would love to see Pinball take over this team for the rest of the year to see what they have. Because I'm not saying he should be the coach permanently. But I will say first, I do want to give. I thought Dozier played a great game for his first.
I was going to say
I thought Spencer Brown played okay, considering it was his first career CFL game. I thought the offense. Yeah, there was the Mattel. Mind you, again, Mattel doesn't drop that ball in the end zone. This is a different game.
Well,
everyone the fumble from Arbuckle too. I have a hard time blaming Arbuckle when it's a double move drawn play, which has worked a lot this season for this group. Where Arbuckle goes in the pocket, he pump fakes, takes a step, and hits Coxie in the end zone. The problem is, for that to happen, the O-line can't collapse. The O-line can collapse, but they got to hold for about 2.5 seconds. And Arbuckle had 1 second before he faced pressure.
See, I don't think you blame Arbuckle for that necessarily, but it's hard when you're in red zone. When you're near red zone territory there, and you gotta score some points there.
Oh no, I agree with you too, but
it's not his fault.
I just think, all things considered, let's be honest. If Nick Arbuckle wasn't playing, is this an 0-9 club or an 0-10 club?
Probably.
Sorry.
Yeah, honestly, I think so.
This is MVP.
Can you imagine? I was about to say, can you imagine? Oh, my microphone's going crazy. I apologize. My stand is still broken. I've not had a chance to go and acquire a new one. Actually, hold on.
Target acquired.
What time is it? Lane, are you ready?
Ooh.
Are you ready? You know what time it is?
It's 12:45 a.m.
Happy birthday to Dan. Happy birthday to Dan. Happy birthday,
Mr. More for your money.
More for your money.
Happy
birthday
to
you. You. Boo-doo, be-doo. You're older than 22. Yeah.
No, I'm pulling off for 22 all day long.
Happy birthday, Mr. Morefor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's get into the comment section once again. And this is back to key. The game overall was messy and embarrassing on both sides. I actually do agree with that. I think out of Edmonton's play, this was the Elks' worst game of the last 5.
Consider it was a do-or-die game of both teams.
Even though my SPs won, we are not exactly walking out of this game with puffed chest. Actually, the players were, which I think could be part of a problem in Edmonton, but I think they decided to win. We had a lot of embarrassing looks tonight as well. I mean, at the end of the day, you did let a backup quarterback throw for almost 400 yards. Mind you, I think it does get to a point where a team may consider looking at Nick Arbuckle next year.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying, right?
And honestly
it was a clear game with Nick Arbuckle too. So congrats on him for that.
And what I'm curious about,
you don't think the Elks would, if he was available, would jump all over that?
Honestly, I think the Elks are going to stick with Fajardo long term potentially. Although that was Fajardo's worst game.
I could kind of see Winnipeg going after Nick Arbuckle.
Yeah.
So I just want to read you guys a stat. Oh, and hold on, Dan. You are getting some love in the comments. Dan! Birthday hugs, and you can't avoid them.
Hug.
But I want to show, and I'm even going to put it on the screen. And these are Chad Kelly stats from last season, right? So in 9 games, 2,400 yards, 10 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, averaging 9.5 yards per play. Okay?
Yep.
Remember, the Argonauts were winning a lot of football doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Nicholas Arbuckle, 10 games, 3,033 yards, 17 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Crazy.
I'm sorry, they're comparable numbers.
Oh, 100% they are.
And it's why I do start to wonder, do you use that money to fix all the holes? Because Dan, I understand they're not winning games, but I don't think you have to start looking, and you need to start looking. I think Edmonton's going to have to look at the same thing too. I think Edmonton's going to look at that defense and say it's the highest paid defense, allows the second most points in the league, most passing yards in the league. So maybe they need to make adjustments too. And maybe Edmonton's going to look at, I'll be honest, they're going to look at Trey Ford saying he's mid-pack for salary. Maybe they're going to dump him the way Dan would dump milk all over Chazzy and celebration of streakers becoming worth more than $1 billion. But but in all honesty here, like, this is where it's a similar situation that I think Hamilton was thinking about Bo Levi Mitchell last year when he got pulled out. Do you go with Taylor Powell, which, mind you, turned out to be a great decision to keep Bo Levi Mitchell because Taylor Powell got hurt and then Mitchell has never looked back since. But it is the question. Chad Kelly, I think his salary is actually, no, let me actually look this up. But Lane, I want to ask you, because we know Dan's opinion on this and you know my opinion on it. And I don't even know for sure that's what they do, but I think it's something they got to consider. What would you do in this situation?
Like I said, I'm telling you, I'm firing the coach. I'm 100%.
But I mean, about the
it's just an answer. Can we avoid the question?
No,
I mean about the quarterback situation with the money.
It's tough. Like, it's kind of
like Chad Kelly makes $615,000 a year.
Like, how does it? Like, I don't know how it works in the CFL, because can you put him in, like, if he's not coming back, can you not put him on injury reserve and try to get the money back that way?
Well, they did finally now, but he wasn't on the 6th game at first.
Like, I don't know at what point you just, like, do you want to release him and let him go to another team and potentially, or do you want to just put him on LTIR and try to fix this team? But at this point, can you even fix the team?
But I don't even mean for this year. I mean for next year.
Like, you would just get rid of him completely and just focus on Arbuckle as a starting QB?
That's what I'm asking.
It's kind of like Mitch Marner's situation, right? Like, kind of in a weird way, not exactly, but you're basically losing a star player to try to bring in some other players that maybe you missed out on or you should have kept this year. That's not a bad idea. You just got to hope Nick Arbuckle can be the face of the future.
So Nick Arbuckle, from what I can find, is in around between 110 to 130,000.
Mm-hmm.
And Chad Kelly is 615. That's a lot of money in the CFL.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, fun fact, Zach Claros is the third highest paid quarterback in the CFL. That's wild when you think about it at 600,000 for what he's doing. Honestly, you can make the exact same argument in Winnipeg.
Mm-hmm.
Vernon Adams looks like a steal at 465.
Like I
Same with
said,
Trevor Harris at 399. Bo Levi Mitchell's only getting 323 this year.
I think Nick Arbuckle could be going off to Winnipeg next year.
And no, what I mean with that is, I wonder if Edmonton as well. Edmonton has the highest paid defense in the league, and is lucky to create a turnover a game. And I say lucky, I mean lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I'm not saying get rid of Tyrell Ford. I think he's one of the bright spots. But you have the highest paid defensive line in the league, and they're not creating. They've created 2 turnovers all year. Right? You have one of the most expensive DBs in the league. Oh, I'm getting questioned. Why would you say make no changes to defense but slash Ford's paycheck? I'm glad you're not. Well, that's rude. I'd make a great manager. And well, the reason why I'm saying if Trey Ford is not your starter, then why keep him? Why keep him at 257? Could earn up to 376 a year, where Cody Fajardo's at 180. Now, mind you, if Cody Fajardo becomes your starter next year, he's going to make more money. It's just an interesting, but it's crazy going into the season. The Argos had the best odds to win the Grey Cup. Whoever bet on them to start the year, good Lord. But
well, they look good. I mean,
Calgary Stampeders had the lowest ratings to potentially.
You think about, we were talking of free agents signings. We were happy with what the Argos did. Like, okay, they lost some players, but they kept the key players that won the Grey Cup. They kept Nick Arbuckle. They kept Jarian Grant. They kept Coatsy. They kept Daniels. They got Cameron Judge. They kept Winton McManus. Like, they signed Kevin Brown and Janarian and Kadeem Carey. Like, before the season started, this team looked very good on paper. And, we talk about with Dinwiddie, I said it before on the island here, I'm wondering, I didn't agree with Lane at first, and now I'm thinking more of it now that we've admitted the season is over. I'm kind of wondering if it's a kind of a case of like Paul Maurice in Winnipeg. And Paul Maurice is a great coach. I cannot blame Winnipeg's failures on Paul Maurice. Paul Maurice didn't get fired. He just quit. He said, I lost the dressing room. This team needs to change and move forward. And then he goes forward and wins 2 cups.
I think it honestly reminds me. I know they didn't win the cup the year before because they haven't won the cup in 60-odd years. But this really does remind me of the year where the Leafs lose at the first round with Mike Babcock.
Yeah, but Mike Babcock was part of the problem. He was literally trying to get players to try to beat up their own teammates in the locker room by going through their cell phones.
Well, Ryan Dinwiddie. Well, fair enough, but Ryan Dinwiddie could also be the problem going to the press.
I don't think Ryan Dinwiddie's doing it to that extent, though, and also too, Mike Babcock has only ever won a championship on a stacked team.
Exactly. Yeah.
But Lane, I see you want to play our favorite game show.
All right, gas or ass, everybody. With this win, the Edmonton Elks have put themselves in a potential playoff spot.
Gas. Absolutely gas.
Gas, yeah.
They've kept their season alive. And actually, you know what? I'm sick and tired of whining and moaning about the Argos. And let's do some positive things and look at the Edmonton Elks. And let's take a look at their schedule.
They're getting hot.
Yep. 3 wins in a row now.
And so you have Ottawa next week. Let's be honest, that's a very winnable game. Yep. Now, what's going to be tough, and he's going to hate this because, Labor Day weekend, you have back-to-back games against Calgary.
Ouch.
If Edmonton can beat Edmonton, if they can beat themselves, which that's something Toronto can't do, or they can beat Ottawa and then split Calgary and then beat Toronto again, their schedule is tough still because then you go Hamilton and then the Riders. They can do it, but their schedule is tough. They have a hard schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, Keith's been saying ass.
BC isn't going to lose anymore. I don't know.
Okay, I'll tell you this. Call me crazy. I know I may look crazy right now, but I have more faith in the Edmonton Elks right now to make the playoffs than BC Lions.
That's crazy.
You hate Nathan Rourke.
I do. I think he's a crybaby when it comes to pressure. I think he can't get it done. I think he's not a leader. Yeah, he's a talented quarterback. Okay. Well, Austin Matthews is a talented centerman. Where did that get the Maple Leafs? Absolutely nowhere. And that's
we don't know yet. There's been some changes in Toronto. That's why I'm saying I think. Anyways, I don't want to keep getting into the Argos all day, but let's get back into the comment section and say maybe got to talk some sense into my boy Myles Garrett and semi-retiring in roller coaster mall town. I don't know. I just look at Edmonton and I think it's like Toronto in that case. Maybe you just need to reallocate some money. With a mediocre receiving core and a defense that's underperforming and a quarterback you paid starter money to not play starter football, I don't think you can afford both Fajardo and Ford next year. So you might have to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. But I do think there will be constant adjustments to the defense. And I think the big thing for Edmonton is they got to find a way to beat Calgary at least once.
Yeah, that's the key.
It's tough, right? But I think Edmonton, I'm still going to say ass with Lane. I mean, I'm still going to say gas with Lane. I think they kept their season alive for at least another week.
That's why I'm saying gas. Actually, it's question next week. Who knows? As of now, I'm saying gas. And that's the thing with the CFL. It literally changes every week.
Tough schedule up ahead. And Toronto, just look at their schedule. They have BC for the X game, which is projected to be a very big crowd with the X and the Blue Rodeo and all that fun stuff going on. But they played Tiger Cats on Labor Day. Then they play Edmonton again after a bye. Then Montreal, BC, Hamilton. Toronto's actually also got a pretty tough schedule to close the year. Toronto's not making the playoffs this year. I'm just going to say it now.
Probably not, no.
So, however, Ottawa Red Blacks must be pretty happy right now.
Oh, 100%.
Ottawa's got a legitimate shot to make the playoffs. We're talking teams that have a good chance. And we got all cap comments. Okay, so let me read it. We have a history on our side. We beat them in Labor Day a lot. Gotta admit. True, you guys do normally beat Calgary on Labor Day, but can you beat Calgary at Big Play VA?
I was going to say, Calgary's a much different team in years past.
Keith Smith, why are you yelling at midnight? People are trying to sleep.
Well, it's not midnight in her time.
Oh, true.
Oh, random question for the island. Who here has ever had a pina colada?
What?
A pina colada.
What about it?
Have you ever had one?
No.
Lane, have you?
I have. I've had the traditional.
Are they any good? Because I have that song stuck in my head all damn day. Pina coladas.
What is it?
In the rain.
I'll give you the honest truth. If you don't get like the organic, like coconut water and the organic coconut rum, it's good in Cuba. If you go to like the actual like Cuba and get it, it's good. The pina coladas here are not the same.
So if I go to like a random bar in Hamilton and just say I'm lost in the rain, I need a pina colada, it's not going to be a good one.
Oh, it's alcohol?
Yes, Dan, it's alcohol.
Oh, I don't drink that.
According to the game Super Seducer, we cannot show that on the air unless we have a million censor bars on. It makes a good wine. And then the guy is told that's not wine.
What are you talking about? This was so random.
You got a virgin version of it. Okay. But yeah, I think the Ottawa Red Blacks got to be very happy right now.
Oh, 100%.
And let's actually take a look at those standings before we quickly get into tomorrow's games on further into Dan's birthday. Which, by the way, I'm expecting someone to send Dan a picture of a cake. They don't have to ship the cake to the island. But I
do have a big announcement coming up too, so stay tuned on that.
The big announcement is that he stubbed his toe. No, I'm kidding. It's bigger.
That would hurt.
But now in the West, things that became interesting with Edmonton, who are now up to 6 points. BC has 8 points. Winnipeg 10, Calgary 12, Saskatchewan 14. Now it gets more interesting for BC and Edmonton. Is currently right now BC is sitting in third for basically the wild card spot, we'll call it, of the league, which is the crossover. So we have Hamilton first, Montreal second. I think Montreal could continue to drop.
Yeah.
And you have Ottawa sitting in third, Toronto dead last in the CFL.
Mm-hmm.
With, by the way, the second best offense in the East.
Yeah.
I'd like to also add that fact when everyone's blaming the offense, and worst defense in
I was going to say 320 points against.
Worst defense in the league by a lot.
Yeah, that's where I lost it there. And unfortunately, I think a lot of those points were against the special team with the touchdown returns.
Oh my God, yeah, but
we didn't see that tonight, but we saw it in the other games.
But we did see a big run that turned into easy poins for Edmonton.
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
Between that and I don't know what I'm going to keep saying. I don't know what the hell Haggerty was doing. I do wonder if there's going to be a big cut coming up, and it won't be to like Coxie or McManus or Arbuckle or even Daniels. Much I think he's had a bit of an off year, and that's where you wonder, could it be a guy like John Haggerty? But again, Edmonton, I gotta disagree.
I'm counting Makahan.
I gotta disagree with the Esky fan in the comments, and I think Edmonton does have a shot at making the playoffs still. The only thing that's going to be tough for Edmonton is they lost the season series to BC.
Yes.
Basically, too, they have to beat Ottawa. Actually, Edmonton's got on another do-or-die game next week versus the Ottawa Red Blacks. They have to win that game.
I got a question for you guys. Do you think any of the players might be like, just cut me, I don't want to play here anymore? Think it's
no, because
we want to get paid.
Jobs for whether
not necessarily if you're miserable.
Toronto's not a bad city to live in, and you want to get paid.
Yeah, but maybe you're thinking, release me now so I can go play on a Grey Cup team.
Yeah, but you'll see people sign players that land them in the CFL. We do.
He's talking about fantasy here. Speaking of fantasy, my gosh, put Justin Rankin in your fantasy every week.
Oh, he played incredible tonight. What do you have, like 155 yards?
More than that combined.
He was incredible. He basically won the game. The Argos lost the game on the 1 week on winning, and Edmonton basically won the game on winning. So good.
Justin Rankin had 92 yards on the ground, 87 yards in the air,
like
77 yak yards.
That's amazing.
Yak, like he's a yak.
Yards after catch.
I know. I know what it stands for.
Do you every time he says yak, what do I think about?
Yakety yak, don't come back.
Remember those toys we had when we were a kid? I think we were called a yak back. Do you remember that, guys?
Yeah.
If I always say yak yards, I'm thinking of yak back.
But I do want to have a quick look at, I believe we will be on the island tomorrow. It's Dan's birthday. So it's up to him. And I'm glad you had Justin Rankin on your fantasy, Keith. Smart decision.
Cool.
But we still have some very good games coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say this too, just because I think my Argos are done doesn't mean I'm not going to stop enjoying the CFL. It's my favorite league in the world. I like it more than the NHL personally. It's my favorite league. But we had the Hamilton Ticats taking on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Let's be honest.
That's going to be a game of the week, bro.
I'm going to call this. Whoever wins that one will be first in my power rankings. Guess who's going to be last? The jerseys behind me.
Argos. Now you're giving it all away.
Just give it up for first half, nothing else. Get wrecked.
The Leafs are going to be last in your CFL power rankings?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yakety yak, though. But then we have Montreal versus BC. I'm going to say this. That's a must-win for both teams between Montreal and BC as well, because Montreal's been fading more than the Toronto Argonauts special teams. And BC, they have Edmonton knocking on the lion den. And they need a win there too. Right now, you have Saskatchewan as the favorite going into the first game, and BC as the favorite going into the second. We won't give our picks away yet. You got to come back tomorrow to find out those picks, which we will be live at 2 p.m. That's right. We're going to do an hour pregame show because we're going to preview both games. Then we'll do a post game. Dan, you can shake your head all you want. There's like no time to do a pregame in between games.
Oh, both games are on Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, I got a doubleheader for my birthday.
Yes, that's why I want to take you to Saskatchewan, but he said that would be like painful.
Okay.
Lane, you saved my butt. Thank you. Lane reminded me that we're supposed to talk baseball, and
We gotta
Grumpy McGee over here.
We
Oh,
need to
we
break-
have to. It was a
Jacob,
pretty good.
you gotta give us the breaking news video. We need the breaking news video.
We have breaking news. Oh, yeah.
Breaking news! Lane Dashko got a haircut.
No, but I do want to say it only took him 532 games. But for the first time in his career, Alejandro Kirk, the slowest player in baseball, stole a base. What?
I saw it in the highlight.
What?
I'm like, what?
What the?
He actually stole a base.
And he had a grand. Was it a grand slam?
No, he hit like a single that cashed in a run.
Wrecked.
There was a guy on first and second. He was able to cash in one run. A guy got to third. He was on first, and then he stole the base after.
I know he got a home. No, but before that, he
He
got
got
a
two
home.
RBIs, sorry.
He got a home run.
Not in this
And-
game.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought
Kirk-
he didn't.
Did you hit the
Alejandro
wrong
Kirk
button?
hit a home run today. Gas or ass? Let's look it up in the box score, people.
Gas.
I'm on the Blue Jays box score.
I thought you hit the wrong button.
No! Yes, he did. Lane is wrong. Dan is right. Oh, Lane, your mic just went like, what the? I'm going to mute you, Lane, because you're just sounding a little crazy there.
Yeah. Kirk hit a home run and got 4 RBIs.
Quickly, do not go on steveboot.com if you are on Twitch. It is fake news. It does not exist. It is worse than kittens fighting other kittens.
I should be back now.
Guess who's back? Back again. Lane is back. Tell a friend.
But
Dan,
give,
Dan. Lane's back.
I know, I see that. But
No, but
give, Kirk,
I said to tell a friend.
give Kirk a lot of credit because he's been a little slow since he's back from injury on his hitting. And he hit a home run, 4 RBIs tonight, and he stole a base.
Can I also say, too, I think we got to give the bullpen a lot of credit tonight because Bassett had a so-so start, allowing 3 earned runs, only getting through 5 innings, and the bullpen only allowed 2 runs. The bullpen played very well.
You got to give the bullpen credit as of late because you look at that last series against the Cubs.
Now he's in my nose.
They both games that they won were very low-scoring games, which is unusual for the Jays. So between tonight and winning the series with the Cubs of low scoring and good pitching, give them a lot of credit. And now, like you know, lump it is my birthday. We are the halfway point of August, and we kept saying August baseball is important. Halfway point of August, the Jays are 20. That's right, 20 games over 500.
Let's actually take a look at their August. So August started off really bad, losing 9-3 to the Royals. They lost the first series in August, 2-1. Then they smoked the Rockies.
Yep.
Then the Dodgers, they lose 2, win 1. Then they win the series against the Cubs, win the first game against the Rangers. Let's be honest, August has not been great, but it's been good enough. And Lane, you need to say this out loud about Kirk's odds to steal a base.
Yeah, so before coming into tonight's game, Kirk's odds to steal a base before tonight was plus 4,000. I mean, you put a $10 bet for Kirk to steal a base, you would have walked away with 400 smackaroonies.
So welcome, Alejandro Kirk, to the Stolen Base Club.
Okay, we need a gas or ass right now. All right, gas or ass. Kirk's gonna steal another base tomorrow.
Ass.
Tomorrow, ass.
Yes, bro. He's gonna realize he can do it now. He's gonna be like, bro, I got this. I'm gonna become the new. I'm gonna beat Julio Rodriguez. Watch out! I'm coming for your stolen base record, bro.
Who was the Jay in the Bautista era That wasn't the best hitter, but he was an amazing runner. I can't think of his name.
No clue.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know it was Rios was a pretty good runner.
But as a reminder as
He
well, the
was.
Blue Jays will have their second game of their series today as well at 3:07. So you know what? Before those CFL games, we're going to preview that Jays game a little bit too.
100%.
We're going to have a jam-packed hour of birthday shenanigans with Mr. Moore for Dan. Be ready for some surprises.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Whoa.
Be ready. Be ready. But thank you very much, everyone, for watching the Streakers On podcast. I think it's time we wrap up for the night as I need to sleep. And I've had a very interesting day today in just the world of Jacob Moore. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I'm the sports analyst. Lane Dashing Dashco is right there. Look how dashing he is. Like, Lane, give us your best Tinder profile picture. Look at that. He's taken everyone, though. And, of course, the birthday boy himself. He's finally becoming a man. Mr. Moore for your buddy.
Yes.
Woo!
Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We will be back, I guess, today, technically, as it's 1
That's right.
1 in the morning.
Almost
Make a
12
wish.
hours from now.
We'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Peace out, muchachos.
Bye-bye.